after I got divorced, I was trying to figure out the best way that I could help. And I was kind of waning. I didn't have a religion at the time. Had been Christian most of my life, Mormon. And I ran across, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to do more than just chase down memory leaks and tattletale software for IBM. I wanted to make more of my life. You could call it a midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. And at the time, a kind teacher reached out to me that I met over Twitter, which is a whole personal professional learning network conversation to have about that. There's a separate video about why that's important. And this person suggested to me, we started a dialogue and actually met a lot of teachers through this person. And at one point, we were talking about what is the best way to help, because I was like, I wanted to be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And that was when she said, very point blank, she's like, you know what? You don't have to become a teacher. You don't have to dedicate yourself to switching out and starting a company or any of the things that I ended up doing. You need to help us stabilize their home. And she didn't say it like that, but that's what it was. And that was when I set out on a quest to find out what is the best way to stabilize as many homes as I could. And one of the things that I found, I started going to all kinds of different churches. I didn't care about the church. People would ask me, what's your religion? And I'd say, I don't know. What church do you go to? I go, whatever one is doing the most good. Honestly, I didn't care. And I went to the Unitarians. That was one of my favorite. And I went to the big mega churches, which were a lot of flash and not a lot of stuff going on. Boy, I have a story about that, about this campaign they were doing to help people in Africa. When I started asking about the pictures of the kids that they were doing, they told me that they actually weren't real. Yeah, that was just to help. I mean, I could go all day on that. Um, but the main thing was there was a charity downtown, and it was called the Mooresville Christian Mission, and I ran the 5K like 5 years ago, on Twitch, actually live streamed it. But they have a program called the Bridges Out of Poverty, and that's the point of this video. The Bridges Out of Poverty program is this, science-based approach to helping people bridge the gap from poverty, and and it's also really good for helping everyone understand the different mental models that are out there. And when I talk about mental models, there's like, there's like a low income mindset. There's medium, and then there's high, and they all have. It's just really good. And then it became, but and I did actually volunteered and helped many families. They would dedicate a team to a specific family to try to help them. And even so, they still only had a 50% success rate. Overcoming societal poverty and the issues that are happening is a really, really big deal. It's hard. It's like a war. We talk about cybersecurity warfare that's happening and all this other thing that's going on, but it is literally just as hard as that to overcome institutionalized poverty, particularly in late stage capitalism. So this video is just to put this book out there. If you want to understand from a science perspective what is going on with poverty, and maybe question some of your base assumptions about it, I strongly recommend it.